loss of life in Nagaland. Monitoring situation, says SA. Nagaland CM asks Center to repeal AFSPA from Nagaland. And efforts on to make Loktak world-class tourist spot, says Biren. We are collectively facing a pandemic threat that is sweeping across the humanity beyond oceans and borders. Considering the seriousness of COVID-19, it's about time we step up against this deadly disease. Maintain a safe distance from others, even if they don't appear to be sick. Wear a mask in public, especially indoors or when physical distancing is not possible. Choose open, well-ventilated spaces over closed ones. Clean your hands often. Use soap and water or an alcohol-based hand rub. Get vaccinated when it's your turn. Follow local guidance about vaccination. Cover your nose and mouth with your bent elbow or a tissue when you cough or sneeze. Stay home if you feel unwell. Hello, this is Pony TV giving you the latest English bulletin at 6:30. I'm Christina, and now the news in detail. Union Home Minister Amit Shah on Monday expressed deep regret over the deaths of as many as 14 civilians over the weekend in the Mon district of Nagaland in a botched counter-insurgency operation by the Indian Army and the violence thereafter. While addressing the Lok Sabha, Shah said the Home Ministry has been following the incident and is monitoring the developments closely. Shah said a special investigation team SIT has been formed to probe the incident and it will submit its report in a month's time. The Home Minister informed the Lok Sabha that it was a case of mistaken identity and that the Indian Army acted on the basis of information about the movement of extremists in the outing area of Mont. On that basis, 21 commandos led an ambush in the suspected area. As a vehicle reached there, it was signaled to stop, but it started speeding away. On suspicion, the vehicle was carrying extremists. The personnel fired at it, killing 6 of 8 people. Shah said it was later found to be a case of mistaken identity. Shah added 7 out of the 14 people killed in the Mon district were daily wage laborers. Following the death of the coal mine workers, angry villagers reached the spot and set alight 2 vehicles of the army, after which security personnel fired a few more rounds, killing more civilians. Shah said 1 soldier has died as many others were injured. Security forces has to resort to firing for self-defense and to disperse the crowd. This caused the death of 7 more civilians and some others were injured. Local administrations and the police tried to bring the situation to normalcy, he said while giving the details of the incident. Nagaland Chief Minister Neiphiu Riot on Monday called for the repeal of the Armed Forces Special Power Act 1958, saying the law has blackened the image of the country. The renewed demand comes after as many as 14 civilians were killed in the Mon district of the northeastern state over the weekend after a botched anti-insurgency operation by the Indian Army and retaliatory violence. The Nagaland Chief Minister also said he has spoken to Union Home Minister Amit Shah on the issues. He is taking the matter very seriously. The Union Minister of Home Affairs in June extended AFSPA in Nagaland for another 6 months, and it will remain enforced in the northeastern state until December 31st. AFSPA is also enforced in Assam, Manipur, except in Phal municipal area, the Tirap, Changlang, and Loding district of Arunachal Pradesh, and the areas under the jurisdiction of the 8 police stations in the district of Arunachal Pradesh bordering Assam. Earlier in the day, Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma also said AFSPA which grants special power to the armed forces to maintain public order areas designated as disturbed by the government should be repealed. The killing of the civilians in the Mons sparked a countrywide wave of condemnation and revived the all-running demands to repeal AFSPA from the northeastern state. Civil rights group and experts allege that the draconian law gives security forces a cover from committing atrocities on civilians. Members of parliament also discussed the issue in the Lok Sabha on Monday as they joined the demand to repeal AFSPA from Nagaland, stressing that emotional integration of people living in border areas is extremely important for the unity and integrity of the country. Senior Congress leader Manish Tiwari urged the government not to invoke immunity under the AFSPA against those who are found guilty. The AFSPA has not given power to security forces to indiscriminately kill people, said Tokeho Yetomi of Nationalist Democratic Progressive Party NDPP Yetomi. N. Biren Singh, the Chief Minister of Manipur, on Monday said that efforts are on to make Loktak Lake a world-class tourist destination. He informed that a yoga practice spot will be integrated with the tourist spot. He was addressing a one-day interfaith dialogue, the need of the global society today at the International Society for Krishna Consciousness SCONT Manipur complex in Imphal. Chief Minister Biren continued that step has been taken to ensure proper implantation of inner line permit system ILPS in Manipur and to monitor and record of travelers from the states. Since the BJP-led government come into power, the law and order in Manipur has been improved significantly, and that annually 15 foreign tourists visit Manipur and on average. SCON General Secretary Akanat Das and Manipur business tycoon Thangzam Dabali also attended the conference marking the 84th birth anniversary of Bhakti Swarupa Damodara Swami.
Science everything is in a lava support. Create a report and Madugi to Mayam, Madugi, message which is the people. Only through this Madugi spiritual Madukanga Kanda Chris Handit among the guy that Yam the Pichivina recognized so leader of Manipuri. The San Manipur Masamo and the whole about the maintain Samoina. Man, the city stays to be of Krotoki. Yamna at Matoksuba. Yamna.
Manipur recorded 29 fresh coronavirus infections and 3 deaths in the past 24 hours, said the Manipur COVID-19 Command Control Room today. The positivity rate was 2.6%. The COVID tally stands at 1,25,389, while the death toll climbs to 1,985. The state COVID-19 Command Control Room in a release also said the new cases were detected from 1,097 samples tested in the past 24 hours. 13 persons were recuperated from the virus in the same hours it aided. The ongoing road broadening work along the National Highway 102 stretch from Kongkang to New Monjang village has been put held by 9 village chiefs protesting against Highway and Infrastructure Development Corporation Limited NHIDCL for failing to implement an agreement. Until the agreement is translated into action, the work will be banned, they said. Yangao Pai village chief Yang Manghaukip said that the village has been supporting the road widening work along Imphal More Road, National Highway 102 section of Kongkang Tuipim Mati village, Sibong Kudeng Thabi village, TM Jamuan Nuam village, K Jalen Mall village, H Monjang village, L Pai Mall village, Yangao Pai village, in the interest of all. He said also almost 70% of the work has been completed. Haukip said the work at Package 3 and Package 4 section will be banned until the matter is resolved.
Government of India na look is policy, look is egg is policy makada. Lambi se chao thor ga SN highway singini highway si 2016 the survey to ga thabak implement ho re. Adubu si manung sida ningthu mayam ga yana hiba ekoi gi agreement manung da pending mayam le ga ekoi na thabak su besi ekoi su handing di. Adubu ekoi na development work se ekoi na support to bagi to work ba oina 70% mafam se koi na suhan kre support su doe hujik pham adu bo hujik ngahak lip ju hai ba se koi na ai koi concern department ka yana ki ba pending da le ba issue mayam se fasla tong tringi ngahak levo hai na koi na pan to ba se ma contractor sing concern department sing su koi ye demand se yam lu ra khan pi ra athu ba madam da koi gi problem mayam pending da le ba issue mayam se loisin view hai ba se koi mayam da thamjani.
Let's take a short break. Stay tuned.
Tapta Institute of Fusion Music Taiphumgi Makada Taptagi Sai Khaktada Yumpam Moiba The Voice of Taiphum Hana Mingthonba Singing Talent Hunt 4.0 Lakliba December Gitang Kungamari Sogli Singaniga Kungamathoi Irai Numitagi Pangthokpa Hauseragani. Episode 9 Sathagadoriba Fusion Music Competition Asigi Winner Amadi First Second Runner Up Singda Pigadaba Kudung Sava Singdi Free Day Say Semba Record Changba Amadi Tapta Musical Concerta Rotation 9 Sarugyahanba Asina Singmani Akupamarol Gidamak 93621099942 Natraga 6009166 da Pau for you. Organized by Tapta Ven Music and Tapta Fan Club.
Welcome back after the break. A discussion program on inclusion of Thangta in school syllabus and recognition of certificates held by Thangta players was held at JN Manipur Dance Academy located inside DM College in Imphal on Monday. Speaking during the program, organized by Ama Kangle Indigenous Martial Arts and Culture Society Kimax, former JCILPS convener Ibotombi Kuman stated that Thangta is not just a sport, it has a mutual relationship with the culture, disciplines and ritual of Manipur. He suggested that Thangta subjects should be introduced in school syllabus from class 1 because Thangta should be taught at a young age. In Jammu and Kashmir, students who got medals and certificates in such indigenous sports get the same facilities and quota like any other sports. But in Manipur, such medals and certificates are ignored by the government, Ibotombi said. Dr. Seram Rogers was the moderator of the discussion program. Kimak President and Azit World Thangta Federation President H. Prem Kumar and Roshan Longzamba of JN Manipur Dance Academy attended it.
Recognition is Makana, Ibuatpa, Ledana, primary Taku Tamba, what percent, Masi State Initiative, Watla, Hanaki country. Masigal drop of Kudamanka and Tamgarada, within the exit, Madame Shana, Mudore, Mangore, Adubu, Amuk Singale, 1979 Muslim Aikida of the meeting the ship, a sparkle with the shem, not Tambaho, the last 6 Tambaho.
The Northeast Students Organization NISHO, through a release, has expressed its deep sorrow and anger against the barbaric act of the security forces at Oting village in Mon district of Nagaland, in which the armed security forces massacred the innocent villagers who were returning home from work in a pickup truck, resulting to the death of many persons and injuries to many others on the evening of the 4th December 2021. The heinous act deserved the highest condemnation. This incident brings back horrific memories of the past, where on numerous occasions the security forces massacre, torture the innocent villagers, and even rape the women folk for a day on end in the name of fighting insurgency. It is to be mentioned that the armed forces have been operating in Northeast with impunity, and they are further emboldened with the impositions of a draconian law known as the Armed Forces Special Power Act 1958 (AFSPA). in which the government of India has not only refused to repeal but decided to continue the imposition of the draconian act even though there have been massive people's movement for the repeal of this act. Several organizations have strongly condemned the outing incident of Mon district, Nagaland, where security forces opened fire on civilians, killing more than a dozen people. The incident reportedly occurred on Saturday evening. Condemning the incident, Naga People's Movement for Human Rights (NPMHR) termed the incident as genocide in a statement. NPMHR said the Naga People's Movement for Human Rights NPMHR resolutely condemned the genocide committed upon the humble working civilian villages. The NPMHR said it squarely holds the government of India with all its draconian and fascist law responsible for letting loose their dogs of war to mold to seared the innocent villagers of Oting who have committed no crime whatsoever except commitment to humble earned their livelihood with dignity and honor. Also condemning the incident, the NSC and IM said unprecedented in incident history, the absurdity and insanity of the Indian security forces have been exposed in the most brutist manner. A black day for the Naga as the Nagas mourn the barbaric killing of 15 innocent villagers in Oting village under Konyak region in Mon district of Nagaland in the evening of December 4, 2021. Ironically, the fact that the ubiquitous Indian security forces have brought about toxic storm of bloody dust in Nagalim is not a new thing but a repeat of the past to suppress the legitimate Naga political movement. The NSC and IM also alleged. It then said the Indian security forces will never be able to wash its hands off smeared with the blood of innocent Nagas, no matter how it comes with an nonsensical statement which is linked to credible intelligence reports of movement of insurgents. It then said that this was one of the most unfortunate incidents of the Indo-Naga ceasefire signed in 1997. The Mao Council MC also strongly condemned the massacre committee by the Assam Rifle on December 4, 2021 at Oting village. Mon district killing 15 innocent Naga villages and injuring many others by taking law into their own hand under the shield of notorious AFSPA. It further said that this gruesome crime is beyond human tolerance. This is yet another episode of the many heinous crimes against humanity by the Indian paramilitary forces in the decades of Naga struggle for the political and historical right, stated the Mao Council. The United Naga Council, UNC, in the strongest term condemned the most barbaric act of killing more than 13 peaceful Naga civilians by the Indian Security Force on December 4, 2021 at Oting village of Mon district, Nagaland. The UNC said that it was most unfortunate in the recent history of the Nagas. Such a condemnable act of terrorism caused upon the innocent villagers is in no way pardonable under any circumstances, said the UNC. Today, insane action of the security forces critically unfolded their hypocrisy to the slogan of Friends of the Hill People. The UNC pointed out. It further said that Nagas need to rethink their intentional attitudes of cruelty and savagery behavior. It then said, I quote here, "We will not be deterred by any amount of such brutes and barbarism till our political goal is achieved," the UNC asserted. The Naga body then shared the grief and pains of the buried family, relative, and the near and dear ones, and also prayed that the soul rest in peace. The UNC also said that it prays and wishes all the injured a speedy recovery. The first Youth Gospel Olympic on the motto Towards the Goal Through Christ, organized by Berean Baptist Ministry, kicked off today at Berean Baptist Academy campus under Kumji village of Nonay district. Forest, Environment and Climate Change Minister Awongbo Nyumai and former MLA and Vice President of Naga People's Front NPF Manipur State Unite Vice President Kangtuang Nang Pan Mavir on the dais. During the opening ceremony, the event will continue till 15th of December. Altogether, 38 football teams and 6 volleyball teams from Infal, Tamenglong, and Noni district are participating in the sporting events to showcase their skill and talents. Before we wrap up, once again the top news headlines. We regret loss of life in Nagaland. Monitoring situation, says SA. Nagaland CM asks Center to repeal AFSPA from Nagaland. And efforts on to make Loktak world-class tourist sport, says Biren. Thank you for watching Pony TV English News.